Well, happy Monday, everybody. My name is William Austin. Listen, this past week has felt pretty heavy. A national tragedy, a grim anniversary, and a low grade hum of what's next that never seems to shut off. A number of you have reached out to me with the same question. What do we do now? Here's my answer. Intentionally simple, we encourage today. Hebrews says it plain. Consider how to stir each other up to love and to good works. Don't skip meeting together. Encourage one another as the day draws near. It actually says, encourage one another as the day is called today. Encourage each other as the day is called today. So that means now, where you're sitting, the time of day it's today. Tomorrow, when you get there, it'll be today. Next Thursday at 3 o'clock, when you get there, it'll be today. Encourage people today. There are a whole bunch of stories about people have been on the edge and are willing to end it all, and they get a text, or they get a phone call, or someone knocks on the door they haven't seen in a while. Maybe they didn't expect to see them, and it changes the course of their life. Sometimes encouragement is just knowing somebody's there, that people aren't alone. So when's the time to encourage? Today. That's it. Today. Next Thursday at 3 o'clock. Yep, still today. And some people roll their eyes at encouragement. They poo-poo that. It's just motivational talk. But you see a lot of it on here on YouTube and Rumble and TikTok or wherever. But let me tell you, who exactly doesn't need motivation? Who doesn't need motivation? You planning to sit around like an award-winning piece of furniture and you will just wheel your way to impact? Even Paul had Barnabas. Joseph is nicknamed the son of encouragement. And the church moved because somebody kept refilling the tank. Let me say the quiet part out loud. Isolation is a setup. I've got my Bible and my favorite YouTube preachers. I'm good. No, you're not. You just announced your location to the wolf and hung out a welcome sign. We were designed for the body. Imperfect, sometimes noisy, messy, but always necessary. Encouragement isn't complicated. It just may be a fist bump. I see you. I got you. How you been? I got you. Thinking about you. How can I pray? It's a parking lot prayer that reroutes today. You know, you don't have to throw yourself on the ground, prostrate before the Lord in some sort of radical fashion. Sometimes the prayer is simple. Lord, help them. That and you mean it earnestly. And in that prayer, Lord, please help them. It is, and if you mean it, is every bit as good as a 45-minute throw yourself down speaking in tongues prayer. Every bit as good. Don't abbreviate on purpose, but sometimes that's all you got. And one more truth we skip: encouragers need encouragement. You know people, and it may be your pastor, it may be a teacher, it may be somebody you know in the workplace. It's always encouraging people, always, you can do it, you'll be great. Yeah, you should try that position, you'll be great. I'm sure you'll be fine. Oh, you're having a baby, you're going to be a great mom, you're going to be a great dad. They've always got a nice thing to say, always building you up. But sometimes we forget that those people need encouraging too, because they're constantly giving. A lot of you pour, from their bucket to get encouraged. And they drive home on fumes. I've been that guy. Band kids leave smiling while I'm just wrung out like a dishcloth. All I've been doing is saying, you're going to be great. You're going to be fantastic. And I mean it, pumping them up. And I may have things in my personal life that I am just drained. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been there, where people know you as a happy one, people know you as a positive one. Um, and then you're alone and you're terrified because you're losing your house. You're losing your house. You spend all day telling people it's going to be okay, whatever they're going through. If they're strong enough, they're smart enough, God's got them, and you're afraid to answer the phone or go to the mailbox. I don't know about you, but I've been there. And sometimes the encourager needs encouragement. Don't forget that person who's always encouraging you. Don't think that their life is perfect and they don't have a worry in the world. Because frankly, they probably do. And they can certainly use some encouragement from you. You know what I'm saying? They could. So please, always think about the encourager. Do that. You know, when you see somebody who needs encouragement, especially if you're a Christian, sometimes we feel like I don't know what to say. Well, sometimes you have to read the room. Sometimes a 45 minutes in apologetics, as much as I think I love apologetics, being ready to defend the word, in season and out of season. And it's important. But read the room. When someone just buried a spouse, that's not your moment to win arguments. It's your moment to sit, listen, pray, maybe bring dinner. Win the person, not just the point. There is a time to defend the faith for sure. But there's also a holy moment where your presence is a sermon. People remember how you treated them long after they forget who won the debate. Truth without tenderness becomes noise. Tenderness without truth becomes mush. And we're called to do both. Steel wrapped in love. Here's a simple script if the word frees up. I'm so sorry. I can't fix this, but I'm not going anywhere. Can I pray for you right now? Or can I check in tonight? That's encouragement. It doesn't headline a conference, but heaven notices. Folks, we have to, in this time, we have to encourage each other. I watched as much as I could of the Charlie Kirk Memorial. And when I tuned in, Erica Kirk was coming to the platform. It was Heart wrenching, absolutely heart wrenching. But what she said she saw, actually, the doctor told her not to go. It would probably be a good idea not to go in and see her husband in the condition that he was in. But she said she had to because that's what she was there to do. So she did. And she said it was horrible. It's the hardest thing she's ever done. But she noticed something because she's been his wife. She knows him as well as anybody, better than everybody. And she noticed on his face, on his lips, through all the horribleness, there was one little smile. The doctor said that Charlie didn't suffer. If you've been unfortunate enough, and please don't watch it, please, please, please don't. You don't need to because you don't need to. Um, Charlie Kirk was dead before he hit the ground and did not suffer. He went from being with us one moment to being present with the Lord in the very next moment. Wow, stepped over like that. But what she said she saw was the slightest of a little smile. And when she said that, I was encouraged. You guys know that producing content the past few days for a lot of people has been hard. It's been tough. I don't know how much I can continue to focus on this, although what's happened and what continues to happen is encouraging people. You're starting to see it here on the internet. Person after person from all over the world are saying, I've never been to church service in my life, but after all, what I have witnessed, and now that I know a little bit about what Charlie Kirk has said, I think I want that for my family. I think I want that for myself. Erica Kirk talks about that, and she says, "Listen, you have to not just this Sunday, like today or last Sunday, because it's been 11 days now or 12 days now. When you see this, you got to go. You got to keep doing it. Got to keep doing it. Got to keep building yourself up in the Word, because that's what Charlie would have wanted. Because I'm telling you, folks, it's more than a hashtag. It's more than I am Charlie Kirk. This is much more than a hashtag. This is revival. This is the revival that we have needed. This is the revival that's important. This is the revival that will make the difference. This is the revival that will make the difference. Not just a hashtag, not just, a series of videos on TikTok or on YouTube, or this is revival. Revival has started in America, and America has needed revival for so long. Recognize that. Participate in that revival if you need reviving, and encourage others in it. This has been the Monday Morning Report. I'd like for you to feel encouraged, to know that the right thing is a lot easier to do than the enemy would have you believe. You have the gift of encouragement, of a hug, of a handshake, of a smile, of a pat on the back, of a parking lot prayer. You do. So go out today and be an encouragement. My name is Will Lawson. This has been a Mona Report. Mona Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn to love somebody. And for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. And we'll see you when we see you. Bye bye now.